Welcome back to another Sharp Auto Body video. So today what I want to talk about is, do you know your insurance agent? Have you met with your insurance agent? I can tell you that it's very, very important. You'd be surprised how many people come into our shop and they need to have something repaired and they don't know who their agent is, or they haven't met with their agent. They don't know the contact information of their agent. It's really important to have a meeting with your agent at least once a year. You want to review your policy for at least 3 or 4 things. One of them is you want to review your policy to see, do you have towing coverage? Do you have rental car coverage would be the second thing. The third thing is, do you have some sort of replacement cost in the event that that vehicle is totaled, or what kind of parts are they putting back on that vehicle? And then the fourth thing is there language in your policy for you to be able to go to a third-party appraiser in the event that you need that done for the quality and safety of your vehicle when it needs to be repaired. I highly recommend that you meet with your agent. I've mentioned some of this before, not meeting with your agent, but this next piece I've talked about before. Right now, insurance companies are only competing on one thing. They're competing on price, nothing else. I want you to think about that for a second. They're not competing on how well they're going to take care of you if you have an accident. They're not competing on how happy they make their clients when they have a claim. They're competing on price, just price. So if they're cutting their costs to compete with each other, they've got to cut that cost someplace else. I can tell you right now where they're cutting that cost is at the back end when it's time for them to pay for your repair. We're going to have a couple videos coming up over the next couple of weeks of clients that have had bad experiences with their insurance company through the claims process, and we're going to let them tell their story. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. Meet with your agent, and you want to find out what's in your policy, because if those 3 or 4 things aren't in your policy, at the end of the day, you're going to pay something somewhere, especially if there's liability with you where you hit somebody else. When we talk about the limits of liability on your policy. So what you want to know is that if something bad happens, you may be sued, or somebody may be coming after you for your 401k, a savings account, college funds, your house, that kind of stuff, because you don't have enough coverage or you don't have the right kind of coverage. So you want to meet with your insurance agent at least once a year, and you want to review your policies. The other thing I'd like to tell you is that if you're shopping for price, you're risking your second largest investment. So this isn't a thing where you want to skimp on money. I'm not saying you want to waste your money. I'm just saying you're going to get what you pay for. So right now, I can tell you, if you're with like a Geico, State Farm, American Family, Progressive, all those people right now are advertising all over that they're going to cut the price. They're going to save you money. I just saw an ad on YouTube last day or two where I think it's Geico's going to save you 15%. Well, I can tell you, how can they save you 15% over what you're paying now and then still give you a quality repair at the back end of this thing? And keep in mind, not only is your car your second largest investment after your house for most people, the other thing with that is you're going to put your husband and kids or your wife and kids in that vehicle, and you're going to do 70 to 80 miles an hour going down the freeway. You want to make sure that car was repaired properly and correctly so that it's safe and your resale value stays up, and it needs to be repaired. And most insurance companies right now don't want to pay that cost to repair your vehicle to make sure all those things stay intact. So make sure you get together with your insurance agent as soon as possible. And even if not as face-to-face, have a phone conversation, or in today's world, at this point, everybody knows how to Zoom, a Zoom conference. You don't have to waste the time driving around, but get together with your insurance agent and ask him, what are my limits of liability? What happens if we blow by those limits of liability? Do I have rental car coverage? Do I have towing insurance? Do I have some sort of rider that's going to pay to put all OEM parts back on my car? Because that's what needs to be put on your car these days. And the last thing that's really important is there language or a clause or a paragraph in there giving you rights as the policyholder to hire a third-party arbitrator in your behalf should you need to do that if you have an accident. So I know it's a lot of information, but we're here to help. If you've got any questions, don't fail to reach out, and we're happy to help. Louis at Sharp Auto Body, 847-526-1343. See you later.